Baby is an exciting time, but it comes with adjusting to a whole new normal, and new moms especially need time to adjust. Lactation consultants can be a huge resource for those who want to breastfeed their babies. So joining us now to tell us about the importance of breastfeeding and the resources available to help new moms is Dominique Gallo. She's a board-certified lactation consultant with Lewis Gale Medical Center. Welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Hi, thank you.
Yes, now it's been a little while for me, but I'll tell you what, back in my day when I was at Lewis Gale having my babies, the lactation consultants were a dream come true. You guys helped me so much. So I just want to put that out there. So if anyone's out there struggling, see a lactation consultant because you can help out.
Yes.
So we will get into that, but let's talk a little bit about breastfeeding and why it's so important.
So breastfeeding is important just because of all of the properties of breast milk. There's a lot of anti-cancer properties. It's very nutritious. It protects against lots of germs that we usually get, especially like the more communicable ones. There are so many studies out there that show that if moms just breastfeed even for like 3 to 6 months, their babies have decreased risk of ear infections, allergies, eczema, all kinds of things.
Kinds of stuff, yeah.
And babies aside, breastfeeding is really good for mom too. I know we're not in the month yet, that's October, but breastfeeding can be very protective against breast cancer for moms.
Yeah.
And the longer you breastfeed, the more increased the risk are. It also protects against like ovarian cancer as well too, cervical cancer. So yes, breastfeed to help your baby, but it also helps mom as well too.
And burns a lot of calories too.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yes.
That was one of the things I heard. I was like, oh, okay, let's do this. All right.
I will say that's the only reason why I started breastfeeding, and then once I learned about the other stuff, I was like, oh, okay,
that was an added benefit.
Yeah,
right, exactly. All right. So, do I have to breastfeed though?
No, you don't. So I tell parents all the time, is breastfeeding great for, babies? Yes, it's very important, but it may not be the best thing for all moms. And that is okay. So, I always tell parents just kind of, look at everything that's going on and just determine if it's the right decision for you. And I also tell parents too, it may not be like something you want to do like long term, but maybe it's something you want to do in the hospital, which is great. That first milk colostrum is very great for babies. So even if your plan is to, bottle feed later on, nursing it just in the hospital for the colostrum can be super beneficial for a baby too.
Yeah, that's such a great point too. And if you are struggling, you guys are there to help you along the way and to make sure that this is a situation that's good for you and the baby.
Yes.
And if it's not, that's okay. Don't feel ashamed or bad about it because there's other ways of that baby surviving and thriving.
That's right. Yes, we are within a time where we've got way more options than we did before. Thank goodness. So and we, at least at Lewis Gale, we are lactation consultants. We are really good at sitting down with you and like coming up with a plan. And we do it all the time. We have moms sometimes that really want to breastfeed, but maybe like their medicines don't call for it. So we work with like their OBs or whoever, just make a plan for nursing. Or maybe they have a job that's like very taxing and maybe doesn't, even though they should, but doesn't give a lot of pump breaks. So we help make parents a plan for that too. And if not nursing is your plan, we can help a plan for that as well too,
right,
so.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you mentioned pumping. Pumping is a great option too because that gets the father involved too in the feedings.
Exactly.
And you can get some rest.
Yes. And you can leave.
Yes, I know. What are some misconceptions that people think of that maybe, when it comes to breastfeeding that you want to clear up for people?
The one that I hear the most is that babies are more clingy. And I think babies are clingy in general. They are naturally clingy. They're supposed to be clingy, right?
Right, yeah.
I get really nervous if I meet a baby that is happy going to other people.
Such a good point.
Right. So it's, it's like babies, their safety is to be clingy to mom. And if you think about their life, they were attached, inside of you for 9 months and they have no idea but you. Right. So of course they want to stay next to you. So I tell parents all the time, time it's not the breastfeeding, it's the baby. The baby
Yeah.
is clingy because they're just clingy. And I nursed my kids for years, and I feel like they're the most fiercely independent little creatures that I have, and they're independent to a fault to me. Like, I'm like, need me more.
Right, I know. It's funny how that happens over the years. Look what happens. You guys have so many resources for moms, and please tap into those resources. We're going to put a link on our website at wdbj7.com, but lewisgale.com has a plethora of information, and definitely get that postpartum care, and reach out to the lactation consultants. You guys are angels, I'll tell you. Thank you so much.
We're there, and we're there to help all the time.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you for having
All right.
me.
Hey, we're going to look at the devastating impact of the epidemic of loneliness coming up on Here at Home, why the Surgeon General is sounding the alarm about our lack of personal connections and what we can do to change that.
Relevancy, accuracy, transparency. WDBJ7, your hometown station, and WZBJ24. Who you trust matters.
You've been hurt on the job and you can't work. You've got bills that need to be paid.